Hi Leos, this is Star with Ariana. Start with your forecast for June 2025. I will use Love Oracle, Divine Messages Oracle amongst other decks for your reading. For a personalized reading as well as for deck purchase, feel free to reach us at the email address given below. Now, the overall energy from the Ideal Tarot, I do have two cards. This is the Hierophant as well as the Six of Cups. I think you're someone who is going to focus on religion and spirituality. Maybe it could help you overcome the feeling of nostalgia that is going to grip you this month. I think you may also want to understand the reasons why there are blockages in your life. Maybe these are past life issues that you need to address. There could be an estrangement in a relationship. You also need to be prepared because overwork could also leave you sleep deprived. A change in your schedule or your living conditions or even your work environment is very likely for Leos. Besides, secrets could also come out in the open. This month you also want to settle down. You also want to walk down the aisle. So that could also be something which is uppermost on your mind. People in authority are also going to be something that you need to deal with. The final days of May stepping into June, I do have the Fool card. Possibly at this time you were someone who was focusing on a journey. Maybe you were making travel plans or discussions were around a journey. I think you also needed to deal with a healer, a medical professional or a legal for that matter. Maybe this person was someone who was a counselor. In those final days, you also needed to do research. I think your family was not very receptive to your ideas, but outsiders were. Someone was also very manipulative, while you needed to be clever and you needed to outsmart that person. Health concerns was very likely for many Leos at that time. I think you also needed to break the ice. You needed to break down those walls or pull down those walls. In fact, that would have been the key to avoid misunderstanding, miscommunication. You did want good communication with those whom you cared for. Obstacles to overcome this month or the challenges is the Moon card. So another major in your reading. This means that confusion is going to be there, chaos is going to be there. Like the waning as well as the waxing moon, your emotions could fluctuate. Maybe you feel everything in your life is cyclic or that you're back to square one. I think even if you're making travel plans, you need to think 10 times before you do the same. You could also have vivid dreams. Many Leos could also be dealing with heartache. Maybe your person is going to distance himself from you, or a physical distance could creep up because your person could be traveling on account of work. Perhaps maybe Leos, you need to focus on your creative abilities, be focused on those skills. It could be a challenging time on account of work also. A question of ethics could arise, so be very clear when it comes to financial matters. Sometimes we don't get what we desire, but then the universe always has our best interests at heart. Influences for this month, I do have the Wheel of Fortune. Again, another major. I'm repeating myself, but then this is going to be a significant month in 2025. I think your focus is going to be on the changes which are going to be there. So with the wheel, fate is certainly going to play its part. I think there could be sudden changes. You may also wonder why everything is antagonistic or why everything goes haywire. Yet I think surprises are going to be in store for you, because I do have the Strength card, which also flipped in your reading. Again, you're going to be dealing with people in authority. They are going to help you out. Past due is also going to come in for Leos. Your focus is also going to be your relationships. Maybe you need to let go of those people who are always going to put you in a spot of bother. This could be a close relationship. This person could also be two-timing. Maybe he wants you under his thumb. That is something which you need to handle for yourself. That is something which is also going to give you food for thought. Work-wise, also be collaborative. Maybe you could insist your way is the right way, but then you could be sheepish when you realize that you have erred. The first 10 days of June, I do have the Page of Cups. Now, this is from the Suit of Cups, so you could be someone whose emotions could overwhelm you. You could be dealing with the water signs, Cancer, Pisces, as well as Scorpio. I think it would be prudent for you to keep to yourself, even if family members accuse you of being narcissistic. I think hastiness could lead to your undoing, so maintain your poise, hold your tongue. You could also be someone who has the best interest of other person, but it could also mean that there could be competition at hand. You will be sought after for your words of wisdom. Oftentimes in these days, I think you need to assert yourself. Maybe you should also jog your family members' memory. They could question your contribution towards the family boss. Maybe you have to defend yourself. That is why it is necessary for you to enumerate whatever you have done. Incidentally, this month I'm also picking up that estranged people could also try to re-enter your life. You also need to brace yourself for unnecessary change of plans on account of a whimsical boss. Even if you are reluctant, I think you could be forced to give in to that person's demands. Work could also be deferred, or there could be delays on account of guests. I think there could be disagreements. Maybe someone could also threaten to sabotage your work, and this could also leave you near tears. So you need to guard your interests. This could be an eye-opener for you. Other than that, Leos, you also need to be clear when it comes to your own principles. Maybe someone could question you. You could manage to wriggle out of the situation, but then be careful. Acting out of turn could lead to your undoing. I think you also need to break the ice. You also need to be large-hearted at this time. The next 10 days, that is 11th to 20th June, is the Eight of Cups. I think psychologically, you could be feeling low. You could be feeling the loss. Maybe you should walk away from any kind of drama. This could make you depressed. Incidentally, this is also the time which could be marked by reunions. There could be social events. Maybe you also want to understand why there are blockages in your life. With the Hierophant, I did talk about you wanting to figure out why there are problems in your life. These are spiritual problems that you need to address. Again, this card is also implying movement. Maybe you are going to plan your schedule in such a manner that you will complete a lot of routine work. Some dues could also come in, but you also need to share the spoils with those whom you are collaborating with. Your accountant could also seek clarification with respect to how you have put your money to use. Maybe you could be compelled to blurt out the truth. Your leadership could also encounter some tense moments. This could be due to non-compliant workers. Maybe you will have to give in to what the management wants, and this could mean that your ego is hurt. I think you may have issues with respect to how finances are maintained by the management, but then you're asked by a loved one to focus on your work rather than get into all these issues, though you don't want to ignore the same. The final days of the month, I do have the Hermit. So throughout this reading, so many major arcana cards have come up. Maybe you're going to be under pressure due to a lot of work, which is also going to weigh you down. You could also be dealing with financial issues. Maybe you feel a sense of loss. You need to stay motivated. You need to get out of the rut. Insight is going to be there with this lamp which is shining down, but self-reflection, gaining perspective is the key. Disagreements are also very likely. It would be prudent to avoid them. Maybe you feel unwanted on the home front. You feel that you have to surrender to what others want. I think you should also keep your nose out of your loved ones' financial dealings. Certainly, this is a time for new beginnings, new offers, but then work in progress could be going slow. Maybe your former employer could also seek you out, but then these are early days. Maybe you don't want to get in that cycle again. Your family members could question your decisions, but then outsiders, your friends and acquaintances are going to be supportive of you. Maybe you realize that you have made some bad decisions in life. That is why you're facing the heat. Even if there are work related gains, it could be inadequate, or you could feel that there's not much left. Issues could also leave you irked. Maybe you think that the lawyer is making off with money. Perhaps that is why this card, pure comfort, mother's love, has come. You need to spend time with your mother. She could be a reassuring figure in your life. You also need to focus on your maternal instinct. Follow your own feminine. Be kind towards others around you, those who look up to you. You could help them out. With respect to your love life, I do have some cards about your past. Don't know, don't care. I think some of you are very mature. You don't want to discuss whatever has happened in the past. You want to break free from that. You want the relationship to move forward. Maybe your person also has a past, but you don't want to delve into it. That time has already gone. That timepiece needs to be buried in the sand. Incidentally, I also have this card, hesitancy, commitment, phobia. Some of you could be dealing with a person who is unwilling to give his 100% to the relationship, or it could even be you. With the Hierophant, this person or even you has marriage on your mind, but then there's also that lack of commitment which could affect your relationship. Perhaps that is why the Six of Cups, perhaps that is why you feel that you need to walk away from the relationship. Reality is that I'm never over you. So even if you want to break free from a particular connection, I think, Leos, it would be quite hard. You may not want to turn your back to this relationship. You could be in a self-reflective frame of mind with the Hermit as well as the Page of Cups, but you do desire a soulmate. You do want your partner. The bird in the sky does require a companion. Balance is also the key. So love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. So like I said, some of you could be dealing with a person who is a player. Some of you could be one who is always yielding to what your person wants. But then this is the time when you're being asked to look at it from a higher perspective. Is it what you want? Or do you need to pull away from this relationship? I think your focus is also going to be work with the Tower from Lenormand. Maybe you are going to be someone who is eyeing that better position or better job. I think work is going to be a priority for you. It could also help you keep your wits about you. It could also help you steer clear from whatever is going on emotionally. As emotions could overwhelm you, it could be emotionally draining for you. So sometimes we turn to work. It is a month when you could also be a workaholic. The last card in this reading is vegetarian, vegan, fresh organic fruits and vegetables give you a boost of high life force energy, which elevates your spiritual frequency. So you need to focus on your diet, because diet can sometimes help us get out of situations which are unhealthy. I did talk about the need for you to focus on your health. So this card is telling you maybe you should take a closer look at your diet, incorporate organic fruits and vegetables. This could also help you spiritually, because it could help align your chakras. On that note, Leos, I will wrap up this reading. Do give us your feedback in the comment section. This is Ariana Stark signing off. Take care. Bye. Till the next time.